Hello, welcome to my first episode of Story Time with Opinion Change. Today we're going to be reading The Day Snuffy Had the Sniffles. And it was written by Linda Lee McFarr and illustrated by Tom Brandon. Oscar the Grouch popped up off of his can just in time to see Big Bird skipping down Sesame Street. "Go away, Bird," Oscar grumbled. "All that cheerfulness ruined my day. It's time to collect the trash. I'm too busy to talk to you." "That's okay, Oscar," Big Bird said. "I'm in a big hurry to get to Snuffy's home, so I can cheer him up. He has the sniffles." "Grouches don't know anything about cheering anybody up," said Oscar. "But we do know a lot about the sniffles. I have just the thing for you, like an old snuffle nose. Wait here." Before Big Bird could say anything, Oscar disappeared into his trash can, banging the lid shut behind him. Big Bird was waiting impatiently for Oscar when Cookie Monster came along. "What's the matter?" "What's the matter?" Cookie asked Big Bird. "Somebody eat all your cookies?" "Worse than that," Big Bird said. "Snuffy's got the sniffles and can't come out to play. I'm waiting for Oscar. He has a surprise for me to take to Snuffy." "Cheer up, surprise," said Cookie Monster. "Wait here." He left in such a rush that he nearly ran into Bert. As soon as Bert heard that Snuffy had the sniffles, he told Big Bird, "I know just need to cheer up the snuffleupagus. Wait here." He dashed to 123 Sesame Street before Big Bird could open his beak to say one word. Big Bird plopped down on the steps next to Oscar's can. "At this rate, I'll never get to see Snuffy," he said. He tapped his feet down. Then he did the same thing all over again. Just when Big Bird decided that he couldn't wait 1 second longer, Bert ran down the steps and inside him a large shoebox. Big Bird peeked inside. "It's my bottle cap collection," Bert said proudly. "You can hand it to Snuffy. You'll give him something fascinating to look at while he's sick." In bed, there's nothing more exciting than bottle caps, except paper clips. Before Big Bird could answer, Cookie Monster came back, huffing and puffing. He had a slightly dented cookie tin. "Gee, thanks, Cookie," Big Bird said. He tugged at the lid. "I just know Snuffy will enjoy all these cookie crumbs." Cookie Monster shrugged. Well, he said. "It's the foot that counts." He brushed chocolate chips and cookie crumbs off his tummy. "Sure cheered me up," he said. Just then, Oscar popped back up. "Here, Bert," he said. "The perfect thing for old Snuffy." He placed a jar of something lumpy and cleaned on top of the shoebox and cookie tin. "It's an old Grouch family recipe. Headed down from Grand Grouch to my Grouch. It's sure to cure even snuffleupagus-sized sniffles. Sardine and sauerkraut soup," Oscar said. Bert and Cookie Monster held their noses. "Blech," they said. "You better get a move on, Bert," said Oscar. "Can't let that soup get too warm. Sardine and sauerkraut soup only tastes worse when it's good and cold." Juggling the shoebox, the cookie tin, and the smelly grouch soup, Big Bird started off again. He was glad to be on his way to Snuffy's at last. He got to as far as the library when he met Betty Lou. As soon as he heard where Big Bird was going, Betty Lou said, "I know just something to cheer up Snuffy. Come on." Before Big Bird could make a peep, Betty Lou took him up to the steps and into the library. "Everybody's sure in a hurry to make me wait," said Big Bird. Looking around, finally Betty Lou came back. She balanced a fake book on top of Big Bird's bundles. "Here's an owl picture book for Snuffy to look at all by himself, and here's a monster story book for his mother to read to him." She piled an even thicker book on top of the first one. There's nothing like a good book to cheer you up, said Betty Lou. Big Bird's arms were so full he couldn't wave goodbye to Betty Lou. It's a good thing Snuffy's cave isn't far. What do you have there, Big Bird? The Count called from his castle window. 1 shoebox, 1 tin, 1 jar, 2 books. Wonderful! Big Bird told the Count why he was in a hurry. I have just the thing for you, my friend. Your friend, the Count said. Wait there. And what seemed like hours to Big Bird, the Count came out of his castle and handed out a box of tissues. Snuffy can cut them as much as he pleases, and they will come in handy whenever he sneezes. The Count said, Quick, Goodry, gold tissues stuck out of the box. I got them myself. There are 200 tissues, the Count said. Big Bird waited. Tiptoe quietly past Gladys' bar. My, you do have your hands full, said Gladys the cow. These are surprises for Snuffy, Big Bird explained. He has the sniffles. I've been trying all morning to go cheer him up. Well, any cow knows there's only one way to do that, Gladys said. Wait here. Not again, Big Bird said, but Gladys had already trotted into the barn. Gladys' cheer present turned out to be a pint of ice cream. It was getting soft and soggy in the noontime sun. Nothing but you in a good mood like ice cream, Gladys said. Her bell tinkled as she balanced the squishy ice cream carton on top of the wrinkled tissues, and the books in the jar, and the empty cookie tin in the shoebox. Big Bird watched a sticky pink drop fall onto his toes. It's strawberry, Gladys explained. At last, Big Bird made it to Snuffy's cave without dropping a single present. He pushed open the front door of his box. With his foot. I'm having trouble reading this. Then he had a terrible thought. I brought all these presents for Snuffy, and not a single one that was for me. I forgot to bring Snuffy a present. Big Bird sighed a deep sigh and took the three pile of presents. I hope Snuffy won't be too disappointed, he said. And there was Snuffy, propped up on huge stuffed pillows in a Snuffleupagus-sized bed. On a tray in front of him was a glass of orange juice, a box of cough drops, a coloring book, a box of crayons. Snuffy had an ice pack on his head and a thermometer sticking out of his mouth. Mrs. Snuffleupagus took out the thermometer out of Snuffy's mouth and studied for a moment. No more fever, she said. She took a bottle and knitted the thick orange Sniffles medicine into a spoon. Snuffy swallowed it all. Mrs. Snuffleupagus gave him a big hug. Cheer up, son, she told him. You'll be on that bed in no time. Uh-oh, Big Bird said. The jar of surprises were slipping from his grip. Achoo! Snuffy sneezed. A gigantic, stuffed sneeze that rattled everything in the room. The presents crashed to the floor. Oh dear, said Mrs. Snuffleupagus. Big Bird stood in the doorway, feeling sadder than ever. How could he cheer up Snuffy now? Snuffy put his Snuffle on a handkerchief the size of a tablecloth. Then he smelled at Big Bird. Oh, Big Bird, he snuffled. How did you guess that what I wanted to cheer me up? Big Bird stared at the mess on the floor. What's that, Snuffy? Yes. The bottle caps? The cookie crumbs? Have I the ice cream or the sardine and sauerkraut soup? No, Bird, said Snuffy. A visit from you. That cheered up Big Bird, too. And that is the end of our story.